Welcome back to another episode of Multiblock Madness, where for some reason this guy just killed me and broke some of my factory. I think he might have been hungry and he might have been stuck. But yeah, he broke a lot of stuff. I don't know if he's still angry or not. But yeah, I finally built a charging station. I don't think we lost anything. But that could be an issue. That could be an issue. I think he might have been starving because I did hear him suddenly eat stuff not long after I died. There we go. Not exactly how I had it before, but that should be fine. And now we can charge the building gadget. And all that shoots a lot of power really fast. Well, obviously that's going to be something we have to watch out for. This guy looks like he should not be starving because there's food everywhere around him. He might be though. Yeah, their AI is definitely not great. Not great at all. I think he must have been like trying to eat something up there and he couldn't get to it. So we definitely need to work on setting up some sort of dinosaur enclosure. And I've got an idea of like a weird dinosaur enclosure we could do, so we might look at doing that in the future. One fully charged building gadget, and actually, flux capacitor, one of these things. Oh, we could totally make one of them. We should do that. Can we upgrade you? We can. Can we upgrade you again? I don't think we have hardened glass. No. That's fine. You potentially could make it, but this holds 4 million RF. This holds 500,000, so that'll be a few full charges. Once I figured out what the command was. So charging all items. Right, that would work. You not charging? Oh, he's getting power. That's weird that it's not draining the whole lot. I don't know why it did before. Oh, he is draining reasonably fast. Cool. Well, carrying on with today's episode, I'm actually a little bit short of food, but I guess bread's probably... and we had to make bread like a weird way. We can make bread like that. Cool. And then let's get some food sorted. To carry on with some quests, and I actually like these trees. I think that's quite nice. It is kind of blocking that. Maybe we don't have this one. But yeah, I think it was definitely a little bit flat, and that's not the lumber axe. It was definitely a little bit flat in this area. And maybe that'll help. Because I still want to be able to see. Yeah. Yeah. Probably not the exact place I want them, but I think that looks kind of cool. So, time to carry on with the quests, and we're going to be heading towards the Runic Matrix for Fusion Crafting. I know I called it Runic Crafting, which is not accurate. It's Fusion Crafting using the Runic Matrix. So we're going to be making this dude quite a cool looking multi-block. Just a bunch of blank runes, which of course was the squeezer with the crushed slate, so time to fire up this guy again. Should be pretty cool. We also need to... I think... Huh. Don't know what that does. We also need to unlock Infusion with research. So there's a little bit of Thorncraft stuff to do. And discovering Oromancy to get the Caster's Gauntlet. So that's probably going to be a little bit of quest type stuff in here. Or discovering Oromancy. Done. And our first things are to make the Caster's Gauntlet and V Resonator. So I guess we'll go ahead and do that. That's like your standard recipe. This also looks like the standard recipe, and we can make some spells with this. And healing's always a nice one, so we might go for that one. And then I guess we need to look at Infusion. Ah, now we've unlocked Infusion. So I think we also need another theory and then a little bit of this stuff. And now we got arcane paving stones. Hey, that's some fast travel. These are actually quite cool. Maybe we'll make some of them for some fast travel. And barrier stones are good for not needing doors. So I'll do a little bit of Thorncraft research. We'll come back. And we'll look at setting up this Runic Matrix. And yeah, I'm thinking up here. I'm thinking up here is going to be the place. So we'll be moving this trial keystone thing somewhere. Not sure where just yet. And this should be the last couple of bits and pieces that we need. And we're actually getting low on some of our V crystals. Might have to go do a little bit of mining. And this should... Oh, this might actually be the quest yet. Now, we're going to need this guy for activating the runic altar once we get him set up. But I can also set up some of these paving stones of travel just to give it a little speed boost as we run around the show. But now it's time to set up with our 64 blank runes, because that's how many this guy takes. And I'm pretty sure... Nice. And then we just need... Hopefully I've got some niter left. Perfect. What have I done wrong? Blank runes. This takes... Blank runes. Oh, the niter goes somewhere. Wait, that's confusing. Where does the niter go? Where would make sense? I guess like in the middle, right? That would make the most sense. Like if that was there. I feel like that would make the most sense. And I'm just assuming that I got that recipe right. Yeah. That's cool. A little bit hard to see on the multi-block. That could be confusing. But that's pretty cool. Nice. And that should be the quest. Perfect. And do we get a cool reward? We get... Ooh. Yeah, we want this stuff. This helps you stabilize the altar. Which if you've been watching, if you watch Greedycraft or the FTB University playthrough, you've seen this. You've seen me do this. So I haven't really set too much up here. All I did was remove the trial thing. But we're going to want this dude in the middle. And I should have left it there so I could see where the middle was. Was it like that? Oh, we're actually missing some stuff. It's just arcane stone. Right, that's cool. And then this should be perfect. Nice, that's cool. And then with these rewards we got, symmetry is important. So if we put just one skull, that's bad. That'll negatively impact this stability gain, a cycle. Bad things happen if you've got poor stability. Like ingredients that you are using in the crafts will disappear. There'll be warp and stuff happening. So I guess if we want to make this stable, or symmetrical rather, we do that. And then I guess on the corners we could put something like that. Yeah. And that should be pretty stable. We probably won't see it change until there's like an update. And right-clicking with this dude activates him. Nice. And yeah, I'm pretty sure you need this guy before you can use him. Now, these arcane pedestals are where we're going to put our recipe. And I made 8 because I think we can have these this far out. And these matter as well. So gap of 2 from the edge. And we've got 4 left, which I think I was going to put in the corners. So we've done this quest. Cool. And then it looks like we're immediately going to be blocked by the fact we don't have an alchemy table to make to make this thing. So alchemy table. That looks pretty simple. We might just be able to make that. We're missing stone. Wait, no, I had stone. Right, I had heaps of... Oh, I converted it all into that ashen stone. What I have been doing is using my silk touch pickaxe to grab stone. Pretty easy. Oh, and I also got rid of the front door, and we just got this barrier stone. Mobs can't walk through this. So like they'll stand here, but they can't come through. So I might need to change the entrance because it doesn't quite look right the way it is. Well, I mean, I feel like I want to do something like that. Even that's not quite right. I mean, this is not what we're doing right now. That looks okay. I was going to do this as well. Ooh, yeah, that finishes it off nicely. Cool. That's... Oh, what about... No, I think mobs could walk over that. Let's not do that. Right, enough of that carry on. Alchemy table. We're missing the blood orb, which is here. Nice. And generally, these alchemy tables look like they're pretty handy, but I haven't actually taken advantage of them before. Ooh, we can do that. They might have different recipes, so you can double ore if you make cutting fluid, which, yeah, is a little bit of an involved process. This seems like the kind of thing that might be handy in like vanilla Minecraft if you're just adding blood magic, which would be kind of cool, actually. Would be kind of cool. But there might be some things that we need to craft through this. It's worth having a look anyway. Like we can make leather, but then we can already make leather without having to have these things. This is something that looked like we need. Use this tier 3 capstones. Right. 5, 6, 7, 8. Cool. We're going to be making this thing. A force relay. What is that? Huh. It's pretty simple. Interesting though. Oh, I gotta craft more runes. I hate crafting runes. This guy's probably going to make the most sense. I guess also down in our magic area. Not like that. Can I not put you like... Maybe one across. We still need to have a tidy up down here. It's not quite right. But nice. Yeah, never really used the alchemy table too much, so it might be a thing we're doing. So we go back to our quests. Spark augments. Dominant recessive. Never played around with this, but requires runes and power catalysts, and an archmage blood orb. Or master, which I think is the next tier. Oh no, it looked like our one. It's just rotating through them pretty slow, but tier 3 blood altar. Alright, just did my least favourite thing, which was crafting some runes, which required runes. We got these force relays now. I'm sure these are used for something, right? But I don't know what. A Manoline's force. Yeah, I'm sure these probably do something useful. Yeah, but we are looking at doing our runic crafting. Oh, the spiders in that mob farm again. I gotta figure out a way to fix that. I was thinking maybe like a button that drops down lava so you can clear it out. Might be the way to go. Or just lights that turn on when this thing's off. Probably also would work. So we're gonna have 2 of these. We're going to have this rune and this rune. 2 mana diamonds. And then all we're missing, apart from all of this stuff, which we'll have to sort, and also instability moderate. We may have to make some more candles. Probably going to make some more candles to make sure it stays stable. But yeah, so we need to make... antiseptics. We need to make 1 plant oil. I should have this other stuff. And hopefully we can... Nice. Get all that stuff. Was there anything else? Just our blood orb. And, oh, look! Night again. Night again. So, plant oil. Oh, we can't do that. So like 3 and a thing. And a thing. Cool. I wonder if this uses LP. Maybe. So there's plant oil. Basic cutting fluid. I guess that's what it's used for. Or making niter. Interesting. So we've got plant oil. Let's see if we can shift click in. Nice. I like being able to shift click in recipes. Even though they don't go in here. Then we've got to put all this stuff in. One of them. And, or does this go there? This goes there. This goes there. What am I missing? Wheat, sugar, mushroom. We need a red mushroom. Red mushroom goes there. Perfect. And this should get us the 2 antiseptic things we're after. Which, I wonder if these are used for making like healing potions or something. 2 antiseptics. These are used for making... Oh. Neurotoxin, that's cool. Bound armor. Bound armor is pretty nice actually. Let's sleep. So then these are going to go here and here. And is there a thing that goes in the middle? An Eye of Ender. Now we don't want to start this craft yet. Mate, I'm busy. This is going to go there. Now if we right clicked on this guy with the gauntlet, which isn't even in our inventory at the moment, things would go horribly because I doubt we have any of the stuff we need. No, none of that. So you really got to make sure that you've got at least this much of these things. So I'll work on getting this stuff. We can, of course, now just chuck it in this guy. He'll smelt it up and put it in jars for us, which is handy. But this moderate instability, this is the big one. Now, we can do things like putting candles, obviously, and putting skulls. There is kind of like a diminishing returns. Like if you put down red candles absolutely everywhere, I think past, I forget the exact number, like 12 or 18 of them, they actually stop doing anything. But if you do like a row of red candles, and then a row of black candles, and then a row of white candles, that's way better for stability. So I'm probably just going to spam candles. We can also put them underneath the altar, which is what I normally do. We might actually do that. I'm pretty sure it's a mess under here. That could be wrong. I think there's like a big hole in the ground. So yeah, I'll hollow out an area under there so we can spam some candles. Just because it looks a bit tidier than having candles up here. Alright, I think we're good. Now I've actually ran into some issues with this guy. Possibly because I was using time in a bottle on him, but he'd kind of get like gummed up and then he wouldn't extract. So time in a bottle, possibly not the best idea with this thing. Plus you'll also introduce flux into the area, which you can see in the top left. We've got that dark purple bit. If that gets too high, we're going to have problems. But I think we've got everything. We have the 50 Spiritus, 100 Precantatio, and the Census. So there's the Census, Precantatio. Yes, and I just did the Spiritus there. We only needed 50 for that guy. So stability-wise, very stable. Actually, kind of seems like it hasn't picked up the underneath candles, and I've done a little bit of decorating in here. Yeah, ran out of tallow because I ran out of zombie flesh, which is a odd thing to run out of. So maybe if we find a zombie spawner, we can fix that problem. So I'm hoping this is going to be enough. Should be good. Ah, easy. Yes, see it updated. Now it's 1.67 gain a cycle, and we're losing between 0 and 1 loss per cycle, so there's no way that this is going to run out of stability. Cool, our first fusion craft. So this was moderately unstable, so I'll be pretty confident that we can take on any moderately unstable crafts. And perfect. Third eye. Now, I'm pretty sure this does something in Britannia as well. Because it is a bauble. Where's our book? Custom item. Nearby mobs will be highlighted. Nah. Definitely don't need that. Now, is there any research we had to grab? I did that to get candles. This is something. And that's something. And oh, that's something. Yeah, definitely pays to go through and grab all this research. Because you can find, in the future, you might be like locked. And it could be, it's normally just because you didn't click on one of these things. You know what, let's try and... Oh, this was Primal Voidstone? Voidstone. Voidstone. So we can turn this into Primal Voidstone. Let's just convert all of this. Nice. And now I'm picking, it's probably... So I'm trying to make these. Oh, raw Primal Voidstone. Oh, perfect. We don't have to convert that again. And this was a, yeah, alchemy table thing. Hopefully we've got the high enough tier thing. 4? 4, one of them. Perfect. I better take that out of there as well. Nice. Primal Voidstone Eye. Ha! See, this is another one of those chiseled things. Cool, and then if we want to see... chiseled things as in, like, they've used a chiseled variant of a block to be, like, required for crafting stuff. So this uses a tier 3 capstone. We set this to tier 3. Tier 3. So we've got tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. We've already got tier 3. Oh, maybe we don't have tier 3 because... we needed these? Right, maybe I thought I had a tier of thing I didn't, and we need to have those. Okay. So I thought it was working. And the book kind of says that you need glowstone, but really you need that. Problem solved. Right. And then to finish that off, we just need an imbued slate, which is 5000 LP and a reinforced slate. Which means we need to blacklist reinforced slates for a moment. This goes in here, we speed them up a tad. Cool. And then we get a, somewhere, imbued slate. And that has actually completed the next tier of altar, and for some reason my book is showing me. It's showing me where the next one's going, tier 4. But yeah, cool. We got the infusion altar. We've crafted some stuff with it. I've done a little bit of decoration, and we still don't have a factory. We did get killed by the dinosaur though, so that was cool. But yeah, we'll come back next time and pick in. Might be doing some immersive engineering stuff pretty soon.